You picked up your phone 11 minutes ago. You have no memory of doing it. There was no reason, no notification, no buzz. Your thumb just moved, unlocked the screen, and started scrolling before your brain even asked permission. You put it down. 10 minutes later, you do it again. This is not a willpower problem. This is not a generation problem. This is something much older than the phone in your hand, and once you understand it, you will never look at your own habits the same way again. Your brain was not built for smartphones. It was built for something far more dangerous. For nearly 200,000 years, the human brain evolved on open grasslands, in dense forests, along riverbanks, where the next sound in the bushes could be the wind, or it could be a predator deciding whether you were dinner. In that world, the humans who survived were not the strongest or the fastest. They were the most alert, the ones who kept checking, the ones who never fully relaxed. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer-Hrdy has spent decades studying this exact tension. Her research on early human survival suggests that constant environmental monitoring was not optional. It was the price of staying alive. A human ancestor who tuned out the world, even for a few minutes, risked never seeing tomorrow. Vigilance was not anxiety. Vigilance was strategy. And strategy that works gets passed down generation after generation until it stops being a strategy and starts being instinct. Now think about what your phone actually does. Every time you unlock it, you are checking your environment. Who is talking about me? What happened while I was away? Is there a threat? Is there an opportunity? Your prehistoric brain does not know the difference between a rustling bush and a red notification bubble. Both trigger the same ancient alarm. Both say, "Pay attention, something changed. You need to know now." Psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered something in the 1950s that explains why this urge is so hard to resist. He was running experiments on pigeons, giving them food pellets at random intervals instead of on a fixed schedule. The pigeons that received rewards unpredictably pecked far more often and far more compulsively than the ones who knew exactly when their food was coming. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement. It is, to this day, considered one of the most powerful behavioral patterns ever documented. Your brain does not crave rewards. It craves the uncertainty of not knowing when the reward will come. Your phone is a variable ratio reinforcement machine. Sometimes you check it and there is nothing. Sometimes you check it and there is a message from someone you love, a like, a bit of good news. You never know which one it will be. And that unpredictability is exactly what keeps your thumb moving toward the screen over and over without your permission. But there is a second layer to this, one that goes back even further than tool use, further than language. Primatologist Robin Dunbar studied social grooming in primates, the way monkeys and apes spend hours picking through each other's fur, not because it removes dirt, but because it builds trust, alliance, belonging. Dunbar found that social bonding was so critical to primate survival that entire days could be spent maintaining it. A primate cut off from its group did not just feel lonely. It became vulnerable. Predators target the isolated. The group is armor. Humans inherited this exact wiring, but scaled it up dramatically. Dunbar's later research proposed that human beings can only maintain meaningful relationships with about 150 people at once. This is now known as Dunbar's number. Your brain is built to constantly track where you stand within a tight social circle. who likes you, who is upset with you, who you have not heard from in a while. This tracking used to happen through face-to-face contact, shared meals, physical presence. Now it happens through a small, glowing rectangle that fits in your pocket. Every scroll through social media is your ancient grooming instinct. Misfiring in a modern context. You are not checking your phone because you are weak. You are checking it because for 200,000 years, staying connected to your group was the difference between life and death. And that circuitry never got the memo that the danger changed shape. Here is where it gets stranger. Your brain also has a threat detection system tuned specifically for social judgment. Neuroscientists have found that social rejection activates some of the same neural pathways as physical pain. Being ignored, excluded, or criticized does not just feel bad. To your nervous system, it can register as an actual injury. This means that every unanswered text, every message left unread, every comment that gets no response can trigger a genuine physical alarm response. Not because you are overly sensitive, because your brain is running software optimized for small tree.